It was supposed to be another restless night in Chicago. 9:42 p.m. The wind off Lake Michigan carried the sound of chanting through the city's canyon of glass. For weeks, protests had swelled after the city council struck down a long-awaited police oversight bill. But tonight felt different, tighter, heavier. At the center of it all was Jordan Ellis, 29, a black independent journalist with a camera that never slept. She'd spent her early career in a cramped newsroom, covering zoning disputes and policy hearings. But tonight, she wasn't chasing politics. She was documenting survival. Her DSLR camera rested against her shoulder. The mic on her lapel blinked red. She moved through the crowd like a current, silent, focused, aware. She had one rule: keep recording no matter what. Across the street, under the blue pulse of squad car lights, stood Officer Ryan Madsen. 17 years on the force, built like someone carved out of duty and anger. To him, protests weren't cries for change. They were disturbances to control. When his eyes found Jordan, something flickered, not recognition, but resentment. They'd met before. Last spring, she'd filmed him shoving an unarmed teen against a squad car. He'd spat the words, "Stay behind a tape," through his visor. She hadn't listened then, and she wasn't going to tonight. The crowd's chant rose again. No justice, no peace. It echoed off every steel facade. Then a sharp pop. Pepper balls. The air filled with a fine sting that clung to skin. People coughed, stumbled, regrouped. Jordan kept the camera steady. She narrated softly, voice firm. Non-violent march. Crowd contained, no provocation. Her lens panned right. Madsen was moving toward her now. Not the crowd, her. "Turn that off," he barked. She didn't. He shoved once, the kind of shove that's meant to test limits, the kind that says, "I dare you to keep filming." Around them, phones came up. The crowd slowed, watching. Jordan's voice tightened. "I'm press. Independent. You're on camera." That's when he hit her. A single riot glove fist to the ribs. Air fled her lungs in a ragged gasp. She staggered, but the camera stayed up, still recording. "This is Officer Ryan Madsen. Badge number—" He lunged again. The camera tilted, caught flashes, asphalt, boots, streetlight. And then, wait. A knee pressed into her back. "Stop resisting," he barked. "I'm not resisting," she wheezed. The crowd's shouts blurred into one long roar. But she kept filming, because if she stopped, so did the truth. When backup arrived, she was dragged to an alley, her breath trembling in the cold night air. Madsen leaned close, his words low enough to curdle the silence. "You think that camera makes you untouchable? Footage gets lost every day." She stared through the pain. "Not tonight." A voice echoed from the alley mouth, another officer.
"Ryan, leave her. Orders just came through." He hesitated, jaw tight. Then he stepped back. For a moment, his shadow swallowed hers, and then he was gone. Jordan sank against the wall, hand on her ribs, camera clutched tight. The red record light still blinked. Alive. She checked the screen, blurry, shaky, but clear enough. A punch, a name, a face. It was evidence, and evidence was everything. She pushed through the crowd again, adrenaline now her only compass. A friend, Malik Turner, another streamer, caught her arm. "You need to move. They're calling your name on the scanners. Ellis, Jordan, detained for obstruction." She almost laughed through the pain. Obstruction? For doing her job. They ran through side streets to a church safe house where Pastor Naomi Green waited by the open door. Inside, the smell of tea and disinfectant fought the smell of smoke. Naomi guided her to a table. Routers on the counter, upload now. She connected her laptop, sweat streaking her temple. Progress bar, 1%, 3%, 7%. Outside, sirens split the night. Inside, Naomi whispered, "If they come, hide the phone. Eyes are the first recorders." The upload crawled forward, 35%, 62%. A knock at the door. Malik tensed. Naomi peeked, then relaxed. A woman stepped in, city badge clipped to her sweater. Investigator Reese Alvarez, Internal Affairs. Ms. Ellis? Yes. I saw your live clip before it was flagged. I need that footage. Jordan hesitated. You can have a copy. The original stays with me. Reese nodded, understanding the unspoken truth. Trust dies slow in a system built on silence. When the upload hit 100%, Jordan exhaled for the first time in an hour. 2 backups mirrored to the cloud. Even if the camera broke, the story would live. But the night wasn't done testing her. Outside, unmarked cars idled under the rain. The city was watching, and so was he. Hours later, a flash drive slipped into her hand by a stranger in a hood. Inside it, years of old footage. Same officer, same pattern, different victims. She pieced it all together, a mosaic of violence the department had buried. And before dawn, her station streamed it live. Side by side, her clip and the archive, unfiltered, unedited, unstoppable. By sunrise, Officer Ryan Madsen was trending in every headline. By noon, he was suspended pending investigation. But for Jordan, victory felt hollow. The bruises on her ribs still throbbed with every breath. And in her inbox came a single message, no sender. You don't know the half of it. She stared at the words until the monitor dimmed. Then she whispered the only truth that mattered. Maybe not. But now, the world knows enough.
When cameras speak, truth bleeds through walls. If stories like this matter to you, share this one, because silence protects no one. Subscribe to True Crime Files TV and keep watching. Justice deserves witnesses.